The cyclic structure of glucose can be proved by certain evidences, certain reactions. The first important reaction is that it cannot react despite having the aldehyde group. It sometimes do not react with something like HCN or sodium bisulfite and hydroxylamine. The second evidence is that it cannot react with hydrogen cyanide when it is in the pentaacetate form. The third important evidence that shows the presence of cyclic structure is that this compound can exist in two crystalline forms. One is the alpha form, another one is the beta form. They have different structural features, crystalline structures, different melting points. This shows that open chain structure which Emil Fischer has proposed must have a cyclic ring structure also. If you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 carbon atoms, the first carbon atom and the OH group of fifth carbon atom, they are together. In this sense, this H will react with oxygen and then O will react with that of the carbon and it forms a ring structure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The ring is between first carbon atom and fifth carbon atom of glucose. Now, if you have the first carbon atom, this carbon atom is called as anomeric carbon. Anomeric carbon is a carbon which was a functional group which participate in the ring structure and it decides the alpha or beta form of the glucose. If the OH group is present to the right side, it is called alpha. So therefore, this is alpha D plus glucose. Alpha because the OH group present right side, D because the fifth carbon atom has OH group present right side, it is absolute configuration, plus because it is dextrorotatory. The beta structure can be written like this. So this is beta D plus glucose. In beta form, what we are finding is the only change is the first carbon atom, the OH group present to the left side of this particular structure. Now, in fact, this is the ring structure which we can be visualized especially as a 6-membered ring structure, a heterocyclic compound called as Pyron ring. In Pyron ring, we have oxygen atom present in the ring structure, and if you see what the group that is present to the right side is present below and what is present to the left side is present above the plane of this ring. The corners of this ring are nothing but carbon atoms. 3, 4, 5, 6. The first carbon atom, OH group is present right side. Below, this is the alpha configuration. So, below alpha, beta, this is the present in the above. Then below, now you can see fifth carbon atom and first carbon atom. First and fifth have the ring structure. CH2OH is always placed above. Since it is Pyron ring, we call it as alpha D plus glucopyranose. This is a beta form because only change what we are finding is that the OH group is present above. This is the beta form. Now, coming to that of the fructose. Fructose is nothing but the sweetest sugar found especially in fruits and honey. And if you see the Fischer structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 carbon atoms. It is a hexose. And the second carbon atom contains the carbonyl group. That is the functional group. Here aldehyde is the functional group. Now, if you see this, you call it as D minus fructose. Fructose is also called as levulose because it is levorotatory in nature. Now, this fructose can be expressed even in the Pyron ring structure. In the exam, they will ask for open chain structure, and these two structures are obtained by X-ray diffraction studies. You call it as Haworth ring structures. Now, in case of fructose, the oxygen ring is formed between second carbon atom and the fifth carbon atom. So, if the second carbon atom is the anomeric carbon, and the anomeric carbon, if OH group is present to the right side, it is alpha D minus fructofuranose. This is fructose. Now, beta form will have the other side. Now, when it comes to that of the ring structure, we see the ring is between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The ring is between second carbon atom and the fifth carbon atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, when I draw the Haworth ring structure, we are going to get this kind of structure. So we have the OH group down. This is alpha CH2OH, first 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 6, it is a convention that CH2OH group is present up always. This is the sixth carbon, and now we have the third carbon. It is present to the left side, above, below. So now there are hydrogen atoms which may be represented or may not be represented. Now this forms alpha D minus fructofuranose. Now this ring, unlike this, which we call it as Pyron ring, this is called as furan ring. Therefore, this is called as fructofuranose. Now, beta form can be written by only exchanging this. So, you can have the structures. Now, to write the short form of the glucose and fructose, you can use this convention CHO. So, this is glucose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon. Here CH2OH group is there. These lines represent that of the OH groups. This is glucose. When it comes to that of the galactose, this is galactose. Now, only difference between glucose and galactose is that at fourth carbon atom, it is present towards the beta side or towards the left side. Fructose has CH2OH, now double bond O, so we have, this is fructose. CH2OH, C double bond O, OH, OH, OH. This is of course last is always CH2OH, which you call it as the fructose. Now, if you learn these three structures, entire structures of carbohydrates can be practiced. These are called as the key structures. Textbook may not give you this information, but if you learn these three, how to represent the entire carbohydrates can be easily structures can be given. So, we do have certain, you see, monosaccharides, even this galactose can be written using these structures. Of course, we have fructose structure can be given in the form of pyranosyl ring structure. Only thing is, the second carbon atom and sixth carbon atom, they combine and it forms the ring structure. Fructose, when it is free, is capable of acting as a reducing sugar, but when it combines with glucose to form sucrose, the sucrose as such becomes non-reducing in nature.